Donald Trump's latest statements regarding Social Security, SSI, and SSDI have sparked new discussions about the possibility of financial relief for millions of Americans. Seniors, disabled individuals, and low-income recipients have been waiting to hear whether there could be another round of stimulus support, and his comments have brought renewed attention to the issue. In a time when inflation, rising costs of living, and medical expenses are hitting households harder than ever, any news of financial assistance is bound to capture the spotlight. Trump's words have created both hope and curiosity among people who rely on monthly benefits for their survival. The conversation surrounding stimulus checks is not new, but it has taken on fresh urgency as families and retirees continue to face financial uncertainty. Many people who depend on SSI and SSDI have expressed that their current benefits are simply not enough to cover rent, groceries, utilities, and health care. Even though Social Security increases slightly each year through cost of living adjustments, many say those adjustments are quickly swallowed by the higher costs of medication, insurance premiums, and basic needs. This is why Trump's recent remarks about new financial relief are gaining so much attention. People are eager to know whether this could translate into direct payments or additional government support. Social Security has always been a sensitive and heavily debated issue in American politics. For decades, seniors and disabled individuals have relied on these programs as their lifeline, yet political leaders often disagree about how much funding should be allocated and how the system should be reformed. Trump's statements have reignited debate about whether more stimulus checks should be issued to those most in need. Some of his supporters believe he may push for stronger benefits and direct payments if he returns to office, while critics argue that his announcements should be viewed carefully until concrete plans or legislation are put forward. The need for relief among SSI and SSDI recipients cannot be overstated, as these individuals are often among the most financially vulnerable groups in the United States. They live on fixed incomes that were designed to provide stability but are increasingly insufficient in today's economic climate. Inflation continues to drive up the price of everything from groceries to rent, and many recipients are left with difficult choices, such as whether to pay for food, cover utility bills, or fill a prescription. Unlike younger workers who may be able to take on extra hours or seek higher-paying jobs, seniors and disabled individuals often lack those options due to age, health conditions, or mobility challenges. As a result, they are more exposed to economic pressures and have less flexibility to adapt to rising costs. Housing is one of the biggest burdens on those living with limited benefits. Rent has climbed significantly in many states, and for people surviving on monthly checks from SSI or SSDI, the increase can consume half or more of their income. On top of this, medical expenses remain one of the most unavoidable financial pressures. Even with Medicare or Medicaid coverage, co-payments, deductibles, and prescription drug costs can drain what little is left after paying basic bills. Food insecurity is another growing concern. Many recipients rely on food pantries, assistance programs, or small savings to stretch their limited funds. This daily struggle is why the idea of an additional stimulus check carries such weight. A one-time payment could temporarily ease these pressures, allowing families to catch up on overdue bills, stock up on groceries, or pay for much-needed medical supplies. Trump's comments on providing financial relief, even without specific details, have fueled widespread speculation. Beneficiaries and advocates alike want to know whether such payments are a serious possibility or simply a political talking point. The key questions revolve around funding, eligibility, and distribution. Would Congress be willing to approve another round of direct payments, particularly when debates over the federal budget and national debt are already so intense? How would the payments be distributed, and would eligibility rules be stricter than in previous rounds? During earlier stimulus programs, many Americans were confused about whether they needed to file taxes, how to update their banking information, or how income thresholds would impact eligibility. This uncertainty created stress for seniors and disabled individuals who often already struggle with paperwork and complicated requirements. For that reason, many hope that if new payments are approved, the process will be simplified to ensure quick and automatic delivery. Political timing also plays a crucial role in these discussions. Announcements about stimulus checks often surface during election cycles, when leaders want to show that they are listening to the struggles of everyday Americans. While such statements can provide hope, they do not guarantee action. Until legislation is passed and signed into law, stimulus checks remain an idea rather than a reality. This is why advocacy groups are continuing to push hard, urging lawmakers to prioritize seniors, disabled individuals, and low-income households. These groups argue that vulnerable citizens are the ones who need support most urgently, not only to survive but to maintain their dignity and independence. Trump's remarks also shine a spotlight on a much larger issue: the long-term sustainability of Social Security and disability programs. The system is under increasing strain as the population ages and more Americans rely on benefits. Rising healthcare costs and economic shifts only add to the pressure. While a new round of stimulus checks might provide short-term relief, it does not address the structural challenges that threaten the stability of these programs in the years ahead. Policymakers are facing tough questions about how to preserve these benefits for future generations, while also ensuring they meet the needs of current recipients. Solutions may require a combination of reforms, including funding adjustments, new revenue sources, or changes in how benefits are calculated. For recipients, however, the immediate concern remains survival. Many seniors and disabled individuals are not focused on long-term policy debates. They simply want to know whether they will be able to pay their rent next month or afford their medications. A stimulus check, even if temporary, represents more than just financial assistance. It represents a lifeline. It is a symbol of recognition that their struggles are real and that leaders are willing to take action to ease their burdens. The anticipation and speculation surrounding Trump's comments reflect both the desperation of many Americans and the deep importance of Social Security programs to the nation's most vulnerable citizens. As this discussion continues, it serves as a reminder that millions of people are depending on decisions made in Washington. The possibility of new stimulus checks has reignited hope, but it has also underscored the urgent need for long-term security and stability. Whether or not new payments are approved, the debate has once again highlighted the struggles of seniors, disabled individuals, and low-income households, ensuring that their voices remain at the center of national attention. Disclaimer: this content is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial, legal, or political advice. The details shared in this script are based on public discussions and reports regarding Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and potential stimulus relief. No official stimulus checks or payment programs have been confirmed unless enacted by Congress and signed into law. Readers should verify updates through trusted government sources, such as the Social Security Administration, SSA, the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, or